Okay, welcome to my first tutorial on trigo ratio. The first thing you need to know about the trigo ratio is that the triangle has to be a right angle triangle. Okay, otherwise these ratios will not work. Okay, the next thing you need to know is the trigo ratio is all about ratio of the length of the triangles. Okay, so when it concerns about the length, you need to know which length to choose from. So you must name your sides of the triangle. This is very important. So how do we name? Okay, given a right angle triangle, okay, the side opposite the right angle is called the hypotenuse. Okay, now with reference to the reference angle, you can name the other two sides. So let's say this is the reference angle. Opposite the reference angle will always be called the opposite. Next, reference angle, right angle, same line is the adjacent side. Okay. Okay, so the ratio consists of Picasso. Okay, these are acronyms for the ratios. So DOA means tangent of the reference angle. Okay, is opposite side, the ratio of the opposite side over the adjacent side. Okay, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Sine opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, so now let's try some questions. So we'll be doing A, B, and C. Okay, we need to find x in each of the diagrams. X. So before we begin, we must identify what kind of triangle this is. We see a right angle triangle here, so therefore this is a right angle triangle. Okay, now here is the reference angle. We need to start naming this triangle. So change the color. Okay, right angle here, opposite is the hypotenuse. Opposite of the reference is called the opposite, last one adjacent. Okay, now after we name, we can then pick the correct ratio. Okay, we need to find the adjacent. Adjacent is what x is. So we need to find the ratio that contains the unknown we need to find. So it could be tangent or cosine. Next, which one to choose? We look at the information we have. Hypotenuse we have. The opposite, there is no value. So therefore we will pick cosine. So cosine of the reference angle is equals to x over hypotenuse. Adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay. Now here is simply algebra. So I times 10 here, times 10 here. So key into the calculator. Okay, I round off to the nearest, I round off to 3SF because this is length. So 3SF. Okay, don't forget to put in units. Okay, so that's part A. Part B, likewise, before we do anything, identify the triangle. This is a right angle triangle. Okay. After that, name the triangle. Name the triangle. Okay, opposite the right angle is the hypotenuse. Reference angle, opposite of it is called the opposite. Last one, adjacent. Okay, once that is done, X is what we need to find. 17 is what we have. So we go and pick the correct ratio. I have opposite, I have hypotenuse, therefore I'll pick sine. So sine of the reference angle is x opposite over hypotenuse, which is 17. So over here, I bring 17 over, be my x, okay, in calculator, okay, I round off to 3 SF, because this is length, don't forget the units. Okay, and we're done. So now let's look at the last one. Part C. Okay, by now you should be able to identify and name the triangle very fast. Okay, I have adjacent, I have opposite, therefore adjacent and opposite will be tangent. Therefore I'll be picking tangent. Tangent of the reference angle, 30 degrees, opposite is x, adjacent is 25. Okay. Okay, and we're done. It's that simple. So now we have learned how to use trigo ratio when we have a right angle triangle. We have learned how to find the unknown sides. The next one will be finding unknown angles. That's all.